So, welcome to episode 1 of the mini Woody Wagon project video series. I'm going to talk about how I tackle a project, as I feel like this might be interesting to some people. I like to keep the project as together as possible at any given point. This is mainly for organizational reasons, but if a car is fully apart, it can be a little overwhelming. Now, that's not possible with a full restoration, of course, but a preservation style revival it is, which is exactly what I'm doing to this little Mini. So I'm starting at the back of the car, so when I tackle the front and get it running, it'll be ready to drive. The back of the Mini being the rear interior, rear subframe, and of course, the wood. Now the interior was in good enough condition to basically just clean. However, it all had to come out to remove the beautiful ash outer wood framing. Basically, just a toothbrush and some cleaner. Seemed to work good. It's cool to me to work on a car that has never been touched before. This is all original and it's just such a treat. Nice, that's much better. The interior panels are coming out to get access to the screws that hold the wood on. Now, I was hesitant on taking the wood off at first, but I have to take it off to get at these seals here, and these seals are totally toast. The sliding window, so that needs to be replaced, and the whole wood's coming off. But I want to have a look underneath. I want to see what's underneath the wood, if it's all rusty or whatever. You can see there's a bit of a gap. There might be some rot under there, who knows. So yeah, these things are just held on by little clips. And then there's a whole bunch of little screws that look like this that hold the wood. So you can see these nuts at the bottom here, these 3, and then there's one there. Now those are actually to hold the bottom of the wood on, and I'm assuming they didn't use screws just because getting a screwdriver down there would be impossible. However, I've actually got all of them loose, but I have to be very careful taking them off because I don't want to break any of these. But it's going to be a very tedious process. Just back and forth slowly, just a little bit more, until we get them off. I did it. Got them all off without breaking anything. Sweet. With the taillights removed, the interior out, all the little screws out, it is time to pull the wood off. It's kind of a careful, delicate procedure, but came off nicely. And voila, first time the wood's ever been off. So now we have kind of a good view of what it looks like underneath, other than being kind of a little dirty and the original sealant, the caulk, still there. It's in pretty decent shape, just needs a good cleaning. I did find a little bit of rust in one corner, and then there's a little bit of rot on the wood as well, but overall, very good condition. Of course, these window seals are toast, and now we just do the same thing on the other side. Taillight out, and wood off. Oh yeah. I'm happy I took the wood off. In hindsight, I definitely needed to. If it got wet or whatever, I would have created a lot more damage. I think it would have just sealed in the moisture. And you can tell, yeah, this rust here, not so good. So I did end up treating that and then just cleaning it. All the hardware ended up getting plated, which was necessary. Ooh, it's nice. Now, speaking of how I do projects, this is another example of memory. I am not confident in my memory. So I make little diagrams, take lots of pictures, and basically pretend that someone else might have to put this together. Which, life happens, that might be the case. But if you take it apart and document it as if someone else might put it together, then, I don't know, someone else can put it together. Worst case scenario. So with the wood off, it is time to polish and protect the paint. So I polished all the paint and then waxed it as well before installing the wood. This almond green is such a beautiful color. It just works so well with the wood. I don't know, it's like my favorite mini color. It's such a period correct pastel color. I love it.
I used to look up at the stars and get jealous of the sky, and I wonder what it's like to get to hold them every night, and how they first met and what it was.
The nice thing about an original car like this is you can really see that the factory didn't do things perfectly. You can see these screw holes are totally not in center or anything, and they're like this on both sides. They're kind of random, but you can see this bend here, and I kind of have to have the matching side. I didn't want to drill any more holes, so I'm drilling the correct matching holes into the new window liner. But if I put this back in, you can see how the bend lines up. Kind of funny. So yeah. So the plan is basically to replicate these crazy screw holes into the new window liner. That way it'll go in nice. I also have to trim them to the right length. Otherwise, they seem actually to be really nice quality.
Chasing the sun through an endless black sky, till I caught a glimpse of your effortless smile, and I knew it was the start of a lifetime. 'Cause I never felt so alive.
Wait for it. Ooh. Finally, the wood is ready for some treatment. So, first step was to sand it and kind of carefully use some steel wool, get rid of all the caulk and dirt buildup over the years. For the oil, I'm using some antique furniture oil. It should protect it for hopefully many years to come and gives it kind of a nice light shine without making the wood any darker. The wood was already stained at one point, so you'll notice the inside's kind of more of a golden color, which is obviously the more of the original style. And they did stain it, which probably saved the wood, but it is a little darker than original. But it looks good, and I cannot complain. It's a very fun process. Just cleaning up and, yeah, kind of trying to preserve it as best I can. I'm hoping this should last for a long time. I mean, the Mini's not going to be daily driven, and shouldn't really see any moisture, you know, not going to drive in the rain, so hopefully, cross my fingers, but let's hope this lasts a long time. But it looks so good. The wood came out great. Very happy with it. Ooh, baby. Now that the wood has had 2 coats of its protection oil, it's time to add some of the caulk. Now the original stuff looked to be a light cream color, so I'm going to try and use the original color stuff. This is rated for outdoor use, like 10-year warranty, so I'm hoping it's good for the Mini. Now, I don't really know the exact pattern, but I'm kind of just spreading it out. I don't know, see how it works. For the second side, I decided to actually use straight lines kind of across the length of the wood. I think it's better for sealing it, but here we go. Wood is back on. Time for my handy screw chart. And all the interior panels and stuff go back together as well.
I used to look up at the stars and get jealous of the sky, and I wonder what it's like to get to hold them every night, and how they first met and what it must have been like. Did they know it was the start of a lifetime? 'Cause I never, ever felt so alive.
So it's funny, I do actually have a new one, but I think I have to stick with the old one. It's got a dent. I just polished it. I don't know. We'll have to do, I think. Here's the final product. The wood has quite a nice little shine to it. The window seals are super nice. The windows slide great now. Happy with that. You'll notice the paint has quite a few little scratches and blemishes, but totally adds to the character of this cool wagon. Check out the back. I'm assuming this carpet used to be green. The rest of the panel's cleaned up nice. I'm going to leave the carpet for now. And yeah, the green and the wood go together so well. Thanks for watching this kind of interesting project. Stay tuned for the next episode.